So this morning we are going to learn about our clocks. Our clocks are very important. If you want to grab your clock, you can go grab your clock really quickly. If you don't have your clock right next to you, you can go grab your clock really quickly. It's yellow, and I have a big version right here. This is Miss Strohmeyer's big version of her clock. I have a big version right here, and I want everyone to just put their clock down next to them, and keep your hands free from your clock for right now. It is not time to play with our clock because I'm going to give you some time to play with it later. We are going to start this morning by thinking of our numbers. So I want you to count with me really quickly. We're going to start at 1. Everybody show me your number 1 on your finger. Everybody show me your number 1, and you're going to count with me. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to count to 11 and 12 because those are the big red numbers that you see on your clock. And we are going to build, behind Miss Strohmeyer, you see my big whiteboard. Give me a thumbs up if you see my big whiteboard. We're going to build a clock out of sticky notes today. So you have to be looking and you have to be listening because you guys are at home and you don't have Miss Strohmeyer's sticky notes. So when we think about a number line, right, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and we keep going in order until we get all the way over here. Give me a thumbs up if you know when our number line starts, we start at the left side and then we just keep going over here. Well, a clock is a little bit different. A clock is a little bit tricky. With a clock, it goes in a circle. Make a circle with your finger. Make a circle with your finger like a clock. Absolutely. So I want you to look as Miss Strohmeyer makes her clock. She's going to start with number 1. And Miss Strohmeyer is going to put her number 1 right about there. Does that look like the beginning of a number line? Maybe, it could be, but it's not all the way on the left side, and I don't think we're going to have enough room. So friends, what we're going to do is we're going to make a circle on our board. So everybody keep looking. I'm going to put my 2 down a little bit and over to the side. And everybody keep your eyes glued to the screen. If I can't see you, you can't see me. And then what number comes next? What comes after 1, 2? Show me on your finger what number comes next. Show me on your finger what number comes next. Yeah. So I have 1, 2, and I think I'm even going to, oh, I think I got someone kicked out. Hudson's back. I'm going to even kind of go over to the side a little bit. Turn it into a little bit more of a circle. Show me on your fingers what number comes next. Show me on your fingers what number comes next. Yeah. 3. I think I'm going to need some more space. Miss Strohmeyer is going to make hers a little bit higher so that she has all of the space that she needs. Now I'm going to start making a circle. What number comes next after 4? What number comes next after 4? Show me on your fingers what number comes next. Oh my goodness, thank you for my friends who are just so engaged in their learning. Yes, a 5 comes next. And then what number comes next? Show me on your fingers what number comes next after 5. You can see it. There you go. Now you can see it. What number comes next after 5? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6. Give me a thumbs up if you're starting to see Miss Strohmeyer's circle. Give me a thumbs up if you're starting to see Miss Strohmeyer's circle. We start over here and we're starting to go down and around. What number comes next? Show me. We stopped at 6. What number comes next? Yep. We have 7 now. What number comes? I'm going to actually get you guys a little bit closer to seeing Miss Strohmeyer's clock. There we go. It's pink. What number comes next? Tiana, thank you for being so ready and for showing me. Then we have 8. Ruger, are you starting to see my clock now? Are you starting to see it come together as a circle? Yes, if you were showing me 9, you are absolutely right. We have 9. What comes after 9? Show me what comes after 9, friends. 9. Then we have 10. It's kind of hard to show me 11 on your fingers, isn't it? Next we have 11. And who can turn on their microphone and tell me what number they think goes at the top to close our circle? Raise your hand, raise your hand. What number goes at the top to close our circle? What do you think? What number goes at the top to close our circle? Eli, can you tell me what you think? What number goes at the top? Yes, 12 goes at the top of our clock. I want everybody to look at Miss Strohmeyer's clock with me. I want you to put your finger on the screen, and I want you to put your finger on 12. Everybody put your finger on 12 on Miss Strohmeyer's pink clock. We have 12, count with me, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I want everybody to find their clock. And I want everybody to look at their clock. And I want you to compare your clock to Miss Strohmeyer's pink numbers. You can use Miss Strohmeyer's up here if you want to. You can take it out of the plastic. If you're not ready to take it out of the plastic yet, or if you don't have scissors, you can wait until the very end. But Miss Strohmeyer's pink clock, her numbers match up in about the same spots of her pink numbers. We start with 12 at the top. We go 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now you're only looking at the red numbers on this clock. I don't need to see your clock. I need you to be looking at your clock, and then I need you to be looking at Miss Strohmeyer. We're only paying attention to our red numbers on our clock today. And just like how we can use these numbers up here and on our clock to count, we can also use these numbers to tell time. Give me a thumbs up if it's been really hard to read Miss Strohmeyer's clock in the classroom and to tell what time it is. Oh yeah, sometimes you guys ask me all the time, Miss Strohmeyer, what time is it? Or how much longer until lunch? And that's because you guys have a really hard time reading this clock. But that's what I'm here to teach you today, is how to read this clock and to know what time it is for what time it is during the day. So that's what these means. That's what these numbers mean. The 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those are the times in the day. Is there a 13 o'clock? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or shake your head no, or nod your head yes. Is there a 13 o'clock? Is there a 20 o'clock? Is there a 9 o'clock? Is there a 5 o'clock? Is there a 15 o'clock? Is there a 15 o'clock? No, friends, there is no 15 o'clock. We have 12 different times, and those times happen in the morning and they happen in the afternoon. So it can be 1 o'clock at night, and it can also be 1 o'clock during the day, right? It can be 1 o'clock really, really late. It can be 1 o'clock during the day. It can be 6 o'clock really, really, really early in the morning. And it can be 6 o'clock really, really, really late at night when it's time to eat dinner. So friends, I want to show you how this clock works. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to see how this clock works and how we can use this clock to tell time. Give me a thumbs up if you are ready. Give me a thumbs up if you are ready. You should be looking at Miss Strohmeyer. Your hands should be free. And you should be ready to go. So we're really only focusing on our red numbers today. Our red numbers tell us that it could be, everybody look, it could be 12 o'clock, It could be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Oh, I'm missing some eyeballs. Thank you, Ruger. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock again, right? So in order to move our red hand, we have to move our blue hand. When we move our blue hand, do you see the blue hand moving and then the red hand moves with it? So that's what that blue hand does for us. This blue hand moves our clock. So if we want it to be 1 o'clock, exactly 1 o'clock. Do you see how Mr. Meyer's red hand is pointing to 1 o'clock? Exactly. It's exactly on 1 o'clock. Can you make your clock match Mr. Meyer's clock? Can you move your blue hand to match Miss Strohmeyer's clock? If your blue hand is all the way at the top, that means that it is exactly here. Eli, if you don't have any scissors right now, it's okay. You can rip it open if you want to. If you want to go get some scissors, you can go get some scissors. You don't have to rush though. So I want you to show me 1 o'clock on your clock. Awesome job. Now, in order for it to get to 2 o'clock, our hand goes all the way around again. So now show me 2 o'clock. You have to do 1 full circle with your blue hand in order to show me 2 o'clock. Give me a thumbs up when you have 2 o'clock on your clock like Miss Strohmeyer. Let's make 3 o'clock. To do 3 o'clock, we have to go all the way around again. And remember, friends, we're paying attention to our red hand. If the red hand is pointing to the 3, that means it's 3 o'clock. If our blue hand is at the top, you see the blue number 60? There are 60 minutes in an hour, so that means that it's at the top of the hour. That means it's exactly 3 o'clock. I want you to show me 4 o'clock. I want you to show me 4 o'clock. Make 4 o'clock on your clock. And then I'm gonna show you my clock and you're gonna see if your clock matches Miss Strohmeyer's clock. Show me yours, show me your 4 o'clock. Show me your 4 o'clock. Does your clock match Miss Strohmeyer's? Show me, ooh, we're gonna skippity-doo-dah around our clock. Show me 7 o'clock. Who can show me 7 o'clock? You might have to do a lot of circles in order to get to 7 o'clock. Who can show me 7 o'clock? Does it look like Miss Strohmeyer's? Who can go back and show me 6 o'clock? Ooh, you have to take that blue hand and go backwards. Who has 6 o'clock? Does your 6 o'clock match Miss Strohmeyer's clock? What about 10 o'clock? Who can show Miss Strohmeyer 10 o'clock? You're gonna have to do a lot of circles to get to 10 o'clock. Awesome. Now let's go back to 5 o'clock. Go back to 5 o'clock. Show me 5 o'clock. And if you're following along with the video, you can be doing this with Miss Strohmeyer. Everybody's following along on live with Miss Strohmeyer right now, but if you're watching the video back later, you can still go back through and you can practice all these times. Show me 5 o'clock. Show me 5 o'clock. Awesome job, friends. So I want everybody to put their clock down and I want everyone to look at Miss Strohmeyer's clock. Everybody put their clock down and I want you to glue your eyes to the screen. Glue your eyeballs to the screen. So Miss Strohmeyer's clock looks exactly like your clock except for my clock is a little bit bigger, okay? The red hand tells us the hour. The red hand tells us the hour. Repeat after me. Ooh, some of you were close. Some of you guys were ready. Repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
Oh, you don't have to turn your microphone on. I can see your voices. I can see your mouths. So go ahead and turn your microphone back off, Giovanni, but I love that you are so ready. All right, last time. Repeat after me. The red hand means hour. The red hand means hour. Awesome job. I could see your mouths moving, and I know you guys are doing that with me. The red numbers around our clock also mean the hour. So we have 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Oh my gosh, Ruger, thank you so much for keeping your eyes glued on Miss Strohmeyer. Ruger, thank you so much. We are going to learn about the blue hand tomorrow, so you're not going to worry about the blue hand today, okay? All you need to know is that the blue hand helps the red hand move. The blue hand is the minutes. And when you have all of the minutes in the hour, it moves to a different hour, right? There are 60 minutes in an hour, so that's why you see the 60 at the top. When you go 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, all the way around, and you get back up to 60, that means it's been 1 whole hour, and we get to 8 o'clock. When 60 more minutes pass, when we go around the clock one more time and we have 60 more minutes, we get 9 o'clock. Before we go, we are almost finished with math today. I don't want you to leave yet. I want you to show me 11 o'clock on your clocks, please. Can you show me 11 o'clock on your clock for me? Show me 11 o'clock. If it is exactly 11 o'clock, your blue hand is at the tip, tip, tip top, and your red hand is at the 11. And the last one, show me 2 o'clock. Show me 2 o'clock. Show me 2 o'clock on your clock. Awesome job. Show me 2 o'clock. This is what your 2 o'clock should look like. Who can raise their hand and tell Miss Strohmeyer which arrow, which hand on our clock? That's what these arrows are actually called. They're really called hands. Do they look like hands? No, they don't look like hands. Who can tell me which hand is bigger? Can you raise your hand and tell me which hand is bigger? Which hand is bigger? Tiana, can you tell me which hand is bigger?
The blue hand.
The blue hand. Ruger, which hand is smaller?
The red hand.
Yes, the red hand. The red hand is smaller. The blue hand is bigger. The red hand tells you the hour. Awesome job, friends. So today, I'm going to show you what you're going to work on. And if I were you, I would work on this as soon as we're done with morning meeting. Or if you're watching this later, I would do this as soon as you're done watching the video. So all of you guys have already done your math video if you're watching live on morning meeting. Everybody has a blank clock. Give me a thumbs up if you know where your blank clock is. You don't have to go get it yet. You don't have to go get it yet. You have a blank clock, and what you are going to do is you're going to focus on the red numbers on your clock. Oh, I need eyes. I need eyes. You're going to focus on the red numbers. You see how you have a red arrow at the bottom? And you're going to fill your clock in. You're going to fill your clock in. And after you fill your clock in, you're going to use this arrow to practice reading your times around your clock. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. You're going to fill in your clock, and then you can cut out your red arrow to practice pointing it to the numbers and reading the numbers and the time on your clock. You can also practice on your real clock, reading all of these numbers. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. You are going to keep your clock until next week. It's very important that you keep your clock because you're going to need your clock as we are learning more about how to read more times. Right now, you know how to read 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. You know how to read all of those times. So that's what you're going to practice today. You're going to practice on this clock, or you're going to practice on this clock, but you have to fill in your clock. Repeat after me. Repeat after me. I have to fill in my clock. Awesome job. After you fill in your clock, you're going to spend 20 minutes working on your Dreambox lessons. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Awesome job.